The 2025 Ford F350 King Ranch is here. And even though this truck was redesigned in 2023, there are some changes for this model year. I borrowed this truck from Larry H. Miller, Super Ford here in Salt Lake City. Be sure to ask for Diego, it is available for sale. Let's go ahead and check out the window sticker so you guys see pricing and options. At the very top is a description and colors. And then here's a short listing of the standard equipment. And just below, this one does have quite a bit of options. So Star White, high output, power stroke, 355 locker, all weather floor mats, FX4, power running boards do come standard on King Ranch. And this one does have that vehicle safe, rapid heat, and this one does have the Pro Power on board as well. Fifth wheel prep package, roof clearance lights, and then moonroof for $14.95, upfitter switches. So there's two things on here that were standard, actually three things, because that security code with the keyless. There's three things on here now that were standard last year that are now an option this year. And right over here, you guys see the base price at $78,275, and then destination is $19.95 with a total price of $99,620. At least you're getting it under $100,000. I can't even finish that. That's too funny. Yes, this truck is just under $100,000. And listen, as I've said in other videos, I know that the pricing seems out of whack, and it is for the most part. Some of these trucks and automobiles today are just pretty high. But you gotta admit, this truck comes pretty decked out. Now, I'm gonna show you a couple things on here that they did change that I'm a little upset by, but it's okay. And I still think that if you want that two-tone look, this is really the only truck that offers that. I don't think I saw the two-tone for the Ram pickups for 2025, so this might be the only way you can get that. And if you want that cowboy truck, why not? Now on the front end, they still don't give their headlights like on the Platinum and Platinum Plus trims. And that's okay because they're still LED and full LED headlights. Also, you have some of that, what is this color called again? Anybody remember? Darkened bronze accent, which is basically this color on the bottom here. However, believe it or not, these are not darkened bronze. If anyone remembers what they were using in 2023 and earlier, that is that color, and I can't remember. It's like I'm not even gonna try to guess because I don't remember. But yeah, you have the recovery hooks down there. Now, something about Ford trucks, they don't give you the active grille shutters like GM and Ram HDs. Camera for your 360 camera view. And then of course this one does have the parking sensors down below. Projector style LED fog lights. And for some weird reason I thought that they had a aluminum trimming here last year, but I could be wrong. Here's a quick peek at that suspension. Solid front axle. And this is what everybody likes to see on these HD pickups. Fabric material for the liner, and then here are your tires. Same tire as 2023 and 2024. Bridgestone Dueler ATs. Actually before that too. I think they were still using Bridgestone Duelers on the even earlier models of the Super Duty. We got 20-inch wheel, 275/65. And what do you guys think about that brown color? Again, like I said earlier, it doesn't match that darkened bronze there, but for some people, they like this little different styling. Sometimes you just want something a little different, and I like that the King Ranch offers that for you. 8 lug obviously, and then here's just a quick peek at the suspension on this side. You can see that radius arm. And then the badging, it says King Ranch F350. And they do give you the black caps on the mirrors, which does break up the chrome on this one. And then here's just that side view of the truck too. I'm sure you guys noticed it was a standard bed. Down below they do have the power deployable running boards, as you saw, that were standard. And they have a little bit of chrome on there too. On the back of the mirrors, you have blind spot. More cameras right there. Chrome trimming, and then they give you a gloss black right there. Painted door handles with smart key. There is a chrome package that will give you the chrome bumpers, and it will delete the two-tone. So if you gotta have the King Ranch, you basically can get it in a chromed out truck, and it does delete these wheels as well. There are your steps on the side of the bed, and they still use that 34-gallon fuel tank, 7-gallon, or actually 7.4 gallon for your DEF. If you get a long bed, you get a 48-gallon. Out back, no changes here. 4 leafs in that main pack, and then you have that overload, and then they do provide a liner out back. You can kind of see the 5th wheel prep package bolted in right there too. FX4 badge, so this is going to have downhill assist, and it's going to have some skid plates down below. So in the rear, they still give you the applique that says King Ranch, right? On the Platinum, they don't give you a Platinum badge, I don't think, anymore. It says Super Duty down below. Parking sensors. On this model, they don't, I don't understand why they don't, but they don't give you the full LED taillights. I really wish they would do that, especially for this model year. I mean, this truck went up by only $250, so not a huge price increase. But it would have been nice to see that upgrade on this truck, because they did take away this. You no longer have your camera and sonar on the top of the tailgate, so when you have this down, you're going to hook up to your 5th wheel, and then you unhook or whatever, and then you go to park your truck, you forget to put your tailgate up, you don't damage it, right? They still provide this step here, this handle, and I'm not going to step in here because it's not painted, but yes, even right there, you guys saw on the window sticker, this was standard equipment for 2023 and 2024. 2.0 kilowatts or 2,000 watts. Got an option for an additional $1,000. You have your tie downs, you have your 7-pin, and then your 12-way plug for your camera. Up top there, you guys see, there is a camera right there. And you have your power sliding glass on the roof, twin panel with the clearance lights. Every HD truck should have it. And then there's your 5th wheel prep package. Let's try something really quickly. Nice. So if you got something in your hand, you need to put the tailgate up, you can push it up with your knee. But yeah, class 5 hitch still, obviously, and they did restyle this too for those bigger hooks. And your spare tire is a Bridgestone. It is a 18-inch wheel though. And then you guys saw this had that 355 locker. Comes standard with a 331. The only reason why I would get the 355 is if I planned on running like 37s. You know, that way, obviously, you add 37s on your truck, you're going to change that gearing a little bit, so having the 355 makes sense. As most of you guys know, Ram just announced their horsepower and torque numbers for their gas and diesel engine. And no surprise, Ford is superior. They are superior. Their gas engine, which is a 7.3 liter, comes standard for King Ranch. For Lariat down trims, well, really just Lariat and XLT, they now come standard with the 6.8 liter in the 10R100 transmission. So if you gotta have the 7.3, you might want to look at these higher trims and see how you can price them out, because once you start adding options to the other trims below this, those trucks get kind of expensive and you can't get a lot of features that this truck has. But yeah, this high output Power Stroke has 500 horsepower, 1,200 pound-feet of torque. There have been no changes, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna rock on with this same powertrain because they're not competing with nobody. They're on top of the world. And as you guys know, they did lower compression for this one. They have a water jacketed turbocharger. And yeah, it's just an insane power plant. This is the only sports HD you can get in the segment. Here's why you buy the King Ranch. It's because you want that cowboy interior. And I gotta admit to you guys, this is one of the best in the segment. They've done a great job. They've made very small changes on this interior, and they still give you that brown roof. I was expecting them to go with just a black roof and black trimming like down here, but nope, they still give you the brown all the way around. And right here, black carpet, Now back over to the door, you guys see they give you that King Ranch badge right there, your B&O sound system. That's all plastic, by the way, but you have your seat memories, you have some real wood treatment right here. You can kind of feel how porous it is, kinda, but it's more of like a gloss on there, so you don't really feel it that much. Here's some of all your controls. You can power fold those mirrors. You can also put them in tow mode on both sides by just pushing this button here. Great leather treatment on the door. You have some of that piping in brown with the stitching. Down below, hard plastic, but a lot of storage. And then on the seats, you're gonna have a 12-way seat, and they are contouring seats too. Perforated leather, and look how wide the seat cushion is. Great bolstering on the sides here. You have that King Ranch logo and established 1853. They still give you power steering column, and then here are all your controls. They did restyle this for 2025. Power pedals, electronic parking brake. Let's go ahead and check out the passenger side. On this side, on the dash, all this is soft touch. And then notice this design here. This is the only truck that has this like treatment to the interior. They give you that little ranch right there, and even like right here, great design on this, all wood. So you got a little storage behind that, and for your glove box there is a camper package, that way you can use these trucks for a bed camper. On the side here, a little bit of storage, leather wrapping. And of course, these seats are going to have the massage function, chrome around the seat too. They took that away for the Lariat for some weird reason. And then out back, this does have all-weather floor mats. Last year, I believe they gave you all-weather and carpet. Now they just give you all-weather. Here, you can see you have the seat back pockets. They do provide a grab handle here. You see that twin panel a little bit better too. And then out back, defrost with that power glass, 60/40 bench, collapsible storage. So nothing really changes in regards to all the stuff in the rear. Cup holders. And they did take away the 12-volt plug back here. So now they only have 120 volt, 2 USBs, Type-Cs, outboard heated seats, and cup holders. Let's go and jump back over to the driver. Actually, I didn't show the door. Now let's go ahead and jump back over here. One thing I like about the Chevy and GM pickups is how big the cab is, especially on the front end. I'm pretty long-legged, so the seat's not all the way back. Now it is. It is all the way back now. And I still have enough room to scoot it forward, but look at how much space I have side to side. I like that because I feel like I'm not like, you know, pushing up against the door right there. And I like that about this truck. But they have the biggest steering wheel in the segment, and they give you some design there for King Ranch, a little bit of wood. And here's some of your controls on both sides, as well as your 12-inch screen. Now you can still drop the tailgate. They did restyle up here. They removed some of the buttons to just give you 2 exhaust brake, downhill assist, and the one I want to show you is the cameras. So let's go to that, and I'm going to show you guys the bed view. Oop, bed view, that's the one. Now on the side, you guys probably did see on this bottom button, that is to drop the tailgate. So as you guys saw, that was powered, right? So you can drop it. That way you can unhook your trailer or hook up to it. And then if you forgot to close it, you can do that inside the truck. So that's something they've had, and I figured I'd just show it to you. But you saw that you had the 360 camera view as well. And if you want to use the contouring seats, go to settings, swipe over seats. You can choose to do it for the passenger side or the driver's side. And this is for the lumbar support right here. So you have 3 levels that you can choose from. 1, 2, 3. Massage function here. We're still on the driver's side. You have 3 levels of intensity, 5 different settings there. So, and it does top and bottom cushions. GM has massage seats too, but it's only for the back support. Of course, no surprise, on these higher trim levels, you're always going to see heated ventilated seats, dual climate control, heated steering wheel. All those buttons are down there. They still provide the wood treatment right there. On Lariat, they did take away the graphic that they gave you in 2024. But yes, this is all done nicely. Wireless chargers there, 2 USBs. Also, none of this has changed in the last, what, 7 years? Still the same. Here's that center armrest, all wrapped in leather. And what do you know? It's rare that you see this guy in here. I think this is a dealer installed option. Now, let me go ahead and offend a few people. I'm gonna offend somebody real quickly. If I can, actually I have it clipped in here, darn it. All right, so I actually dropped my clip the other day in my gun. Now obviously this does fit no problem, but this is not a large firearm. This is my SIG. And yeah, it fits perfectly. I can even put my holster inside of here. Like, so if I ever decided I needed to jump on an airplane, short notice, I can just take my gun, my holster, throw it in here very easily. And you can see they still provide 2 Type-C USBs in there. But yes, yeah, this gun's not loaded because, like I said, my clip's at the dealership because I forgot it. And they do have a key code that you have up there, and it'll show you how to use it. And that's a nice option to have. I always forget about those options when I go to order my truck, so they don't ever stick out to me. But yeah, trailer brake, drive modes. They have how many? 5 different drive modes. So you have eco, tow haul, normal, slippery, and then off-road. Hopefully you guys saw that. I wasn't looking at my camera. Then the lockers there. No 4-wheel drive auto. I like to see that. And then last thing to show, auxiliary switches up here. You have your place for your sunglasses. You can slide that rear glass. Your twin panel moonroof can be controlled right there. So here are all those controls there. If you didn't see them, home link and this. Now obviously, before I show you guys the payload, you have your general measurements that shows you all your temperatures. Turbo for the diesel measurements, and then they have auxiliary gauges here. Now you probably can tell that the truck is high idling. That's not an option that you can add to a Ford Super Duty. So if you would like to have like a high idle switch so you can adjust it automatically by the push of a button, they don't offer that. By the way, this truck does have a heads-up display. Now here are the numbers on the door. As I said earlier, this was a standard bed. Gross ax weight rating out front's gonna be 5,600 pounds. The rear is 7,230. Gross vehicle weight rating is 12,000 pounds. The wheels are gonna be 20 by 8 wide and 355 with the lockers, a 3J axle code. All in payload is 3,860 pounds. So all in, no matter how you slice it, Ford trucks are always going to have the highest payload, and that's in part to the aluminum body and bed. But apart from that, what do you guys think about the new King Ranch? I know some people are probably going to say the truck feels outdated because for the most part it really is very similar in some spots of the interior to like a 2017 to 2022 pickup. But really, I think that they've done enough to keep this truck performing at the top of the list, because right now Ram is just continuing on with their small cab from 2009, and really the only major competition they have is the GM pickups, but they're always lacking in terms of horsepower and torque. Although, again, it depends on how you look at it. Sometimes people prefer to have the standard output over the high output because they don't need all the power. But I still think that this is one of the best trucks on the market for the money. They've done the most, and they really do stay on top when it comes down to updates and just powertrain upgrades. But I hope you guys liked the video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure your bell notifications are on. See you soon.